Welcome back. All right, so how about a video on the Ottawa Senators today, as it's been announced that they are the preferred bidder for development of the LeBreton Flats site. We have been hearing about LeBreton Flats entirely too long. I feel like I've been there, and I haven't. But yeah, this has been going on for a long time. It was 2019 that the LeBreton Flats negotiations fell apart. And there were mudslingings by the mayor and by Eugene Melnyk as well. And there was a lot of discussion of whether or not this was going to work at all. And then the senators basically were like, "All right, well, fine. We'll stay in our arena where we're at in Canadian Tire Center." The problem with Canadian Tire Center is it's in Canada. It is a bit of a drive, and then there's the horrible traffic that you deal with around it as well. And the attendance has been low. Now, this is a team that's had its issues. They came into the league in 1991. Here we are. They're back to their original logo with minor differences. You see the red here. It's gold here. Outside of that, there's not really much difference. Of course, they had the front-facing Centurion in 1997 with the, as my wife termed it, the Scooby-Doo eyes. And then they made it far more palatable in 2007 when they changed to that. And then in 2020, they go back to what they originally had. So this is a team that's had its share of issues when it comes to branding, attendance, and success on the ice has been an issue as well. So Bruce Firestone is the one that brings the Ottawa Senators back. Bruce Firestone went on a 2-year public campaign to bring Ottawa back their hockey team, the Ottawa Senators, that had been moved to St. Louis in, I want to say, 1930. I've done videos on it before, history videos. We'll be doing history videos this summer. I'll get into that again. But yeah, they moved, I believe it was the St. Louis Eagles. And so they wanted to make a wrong right. They wanted to bring back the Ottawa Senators. Firestone did it. He got it done. He didn't last long as owner. Rod Brydon takes over in 1993. And then 10 years later, the team declares bankruptcy. There was a lot of discussion about whether or not they would stay in Ottawa, whether or not they might be headed somewhere else. And it was Eugene Melnyk that steps in and takes over and saves the team's existence in Ottawa. So while Eugene Melnyk has had a lot of negative things said about him, right? The reality is that if he doesn't take over in 2003, we might not have this discussion today about LeBreton Flats. We might not have this discussion today about the Ottawa Senators at all. They might have become Houston. They might have become Milwaukee or Kansas City or wherever. And while there were certainly frustrations on Melnyk's side that led to him saying, "Oh, if I have to move the team, I might," he did backtrack on that very quickly, and we haven't heard anything about it since. There is some still uncertainty with the Ottawa Senators in terms of who's in charge and what's the plan going forward. However, that being said, this is a really good turn of events for the Ottawa Senators franchise, for their fans. This would put them into Ottawa rather than Canada, and it would put them in a situation where they're far more likely to get better attendance, which means more money, and then it's easier to hold on to players. We have seen a lot of players leave the Ottawa Senators over the last 5 years, and while, yes, Pierre Dorion did well on most of those for the return, this is a team that's just been basically chaos for about half a decade now, and it'll be nice to see some sort of stability. Now, in them drawing up plans, we're still years away from them being able to move into a brand new building, but this is a really good sign. So while we've talked about Tempe and the Arizona Coyotes and all of Arizona's issues, Ottawa's had a lot of issues as well. And, you know, your team doesn't go bankrupt in 2003 because it's making a lot of money. So I'm glad to see that the NHL hasn't, threatened to move Ottawa. There was certainly the insinuation in Calgary regarding negotiations between the city and the team from Gary Bettman. Basically, it'd be a shame if we had moved the team, and I really haven't seen that with Ottawa. I haven't seen anything from the NHL to say that they don't. And again, that was a ploy by Bettman to try to at least it looked like he was trying to strong arm the city council in Calgary to do what the team wanted. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be an interesting one to see how it goes. I do hope for the best for Ottawa. I've cheered for the team for a long time, And this LeBreton Flats site seems like the best choice. And I think it's the best choice for the city too. I don't think you want to be on a city council and be mayor and be known as the one that forced your National Hockey League team out of town. I don't think that's a legacy you want for yourself. So this is good for everybody, I think. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always, regarding this new revelation regarding the Ottawa Senators, and how far do you think this goes? How long do you think it'll be before a new building goes up? I would think probably 4 or 5 years, but we'll see, right? Let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. For all your support, I will talk to you again soon.